Right then, I have no idea what colours are in this. Right, anybody who's been watching the channel for a while knows that what I do with extra resin is I have a blank that has a void in it or something, and I just leave it there, and if I get extra bits of resin left over from doing stuff, I just pour it in. The thing is, by the time I get around to do it, I can never remember actually what colours is in it, but there might be clues here, like there's a blue that looks like black. There's this pinky one that's on the outside. Don't know what that is. Right, there's yellow. There's a purple. Looks like there's red. Right. So I'm not 100% sure what's in this, but sometimes these turn out really nice, sometimes they don't. Right. So we'll get to turn in this, right, and see what we end up with, basically. So the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is I'll round the blank off, put a mortise on it, and put a foot on it. And first I'm going to stick the air shield on it. Right then, the alarm is going off in the air shield, means I need to charge the battery in it, so I'm going to have to go back to the old mask for this one. So I'll do that, I'll be back in a sec. Right then, got the old mask on now, so we'll get to turning this. And I'll just do the same as now, knock the corner off, and then start shaping. There's a few punky bits in this, but I should cut them out. And some of those holes the resin didn't get into. But we'll see what we get. Alright, so going to a pull cut now. So there may be a couple of voids, and this is going to have to take some CA and sawdust. There's more voids than it wants to look like, and the rest didn't get into some of them. As normal with resin, I'll be, oh, there's a nice mix. I'll be doing the final coat with a carbide. I need to get more out because it's still flat there. So I need that curve to be more, and I want to get rid of those holes if I can. So I want to keep the width, so what I actually want is a shallower curve. I'm just going to put an edge on this again. Quite punky there, because I actually put marks in it with my nail. So there, it's going to have to be treated. with Shay. What I'm going to do is get rid of that black stuff. There you are. Squeeze this over a bit. Now it's a bit of cool down there at the bottom now. Just there. Got me a black spot near the top now. So it was about nearly there. Squeeze just there in to get rid of. Yeah, there will be a little bit of filling going on in this. Right. What I have to do is fill any of the little holes that are in it. You know, that's not a bad cut. I know I can do better with the, what you call it, the carbide. So I'll fill any holes that are in this, then give it a pass for the carbide. So I'll fill these holes and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, those couple of holes are filled. So now we give it a run with the carbide. Use the carbide to bring that down slightly a bit there. And blend it in. The other clip on the carbide and the resin, nice and clean. Right then, I shall sand that and I'll go back to the Yorkshire Grit bit. And remember, if you don't want to watch the Yorkshire Grit bit, there's the chat box down below. And don't forget about the discount code from Cosmetic Pigments. That'll be down below as well. You get 15% off. So I'll be back in a second. Right then. This week's Yorkshire Grit bit. Now, this one is about Cuchulainn. It's the legend of how Cuchulainn became Cuchulainn. Now, Cuchulainn is something that you will hear quite a lot in Irish mythology. He would be one of the great Irish heroes, and there's loads of stories about him. Doubtless will be saying another couple. Right, so the legend of Cuchulainn starts in an area of Ireland known as Dundalk, and with a young boy named Setanta. Now, as a child, Setanta had shown natural abilities in the areas of magic and wisdom, warfare, but his favourite thing to do was to play hurling. Right, and him and his mates were always out playing the game. But Setanta had a secret dream. He wanted to become a warrior in the Red Branch Knights. Now, his father didn't want this at all. So one night, Setanta set off to the castle of King Connor without the knowledge of his parents to become a warrior and follow his dream. As usual, he brought his hurl and a ball with him. On arriving at the castle, he saw that there was a huge hurling game taking place, and he immediately joined in. Now, unlike modern hurling, back then it was basically a free-for-all with no real team sizes or rules or anything else. Right? And there was probably about 150 people playing. Right? Now, Setanta very quickly gained the ire of the other boys who were playing by beating every one of them at the game. Now, needless to say, a fight broke out, and King Connor came out to see what was happening. He noticed Setanta's strength and called for the boy to be trained as a knight. Right? After some time had passed, the king's blacksmith, Cullen, asked Setanta to attend a feast where the king wanted to meet him. And Setanta, still loving the game of hurling, which was still going on, told the smith he'd follow as soon as the game was over. Now, after some time, Cullen assumed that all the guests had arrived at the feast, and he released his wolfhound to guard the palace grounds. Now, Setanta duly arrived some time later and was unaware of the hound being loose. Now, the hound spotted Setanta roaming the grounds, and the wolfhound attacked Setanta, who immediately took out his sword and struck the ball directly at the hound, hitting him in the throat and killing him instantly. Now, Cullen heard the cry of his hound and came a-running, of course. When he seen the dead hound, he was distraught. Setanta, feeling guilty, offered to raise Cullen a new hound, and until it was ready, that he himself would serve to guard the palace grounds instead of the hound which he just killed. Right? And hence the name Cuchulainn was born, the Hound of Cullen. Now, as I said, the stories and exploits of Cuchulainn are dotted throughout the Irish legends, and I will probably be telling more of them. But that's the story of how he became Cuchulainn, how a young lad named Setanta became Cuchulainn. Now, there's a statue of Cuchulainn in the GPO in Dublin's O'Connell Street, right? And it was chosen by Eamon de Valera in 1935 to commemorate the 1916 Resin. And you can still see it as a beautiful statue. If you actually Google statue of Cuchulainn, you'll see it. It's a gorgeous joke, and it's actually out of a story. It's out of one of the Cuchulainn stories, and that one I will definitely be doing. So I'll continue on with this, and I'll be back when I'm buffing the wax off. So, see you in a sec. Right, I'm just buffing the wax off. What I thought was black is actually a dark purple. And there's a nice play in one of the bits of red and blue. But, and the wood itself is actually quite pretty. Yeah, that's actually dark purple. And the way the red and the blue are swirling into each other, that is quite nice. And there's even a bit of red down there, a little bit of blue down there. Yeah, no, that's not bad at all. But as with resin, you're not going to be able to tell until it's done on the inside. But the wood itself is actually quite pretty. Right, we flip this over and we get on with it. So I'll do that and I'll be back in a sec. Right, then we'll flip over. First thing I'll do, as usual, is face it off. Second little lead cut on the arm. Find the width. And hollow away. And as usual, if nothing happens when I'm hollowing, I'll just hollow it. Now what I'm going to do is, because there's sap and heart in this, I think this bowl could warp as I hollow out the middle of it. So I'm going to hit there with the carbide now, just to finish that resin off. Because I don't want to be hitting the outside of this with a carbide if the bowl is warped, because then I won't get a clean cut on it. Because all I'll get is a jump. So check that cut. It's grand. There's a little hole there that will have to be filled. But otherwise, we're good. I'll get the rest of this done. Right then, yeah, we sand and finish the inside of that. I'll be back then. Right then, just buffing the wax off. Turned out quite nice actually. You can't see as much of the, what I thought was black, the dark purple on the inside, but it's still pretty. A little bit of cleaning out to do there, but yeah, that's not a bad mix of colours at all. You can see the dark purple there, a bit there. Right, I'll take it off and give you a better look at it, so I'll be back in a sec. Right then, and there we have it. As somebody said in the comments in the community section. These balls are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. But I like the play between the red and the blue there. Right. And the outside, there's more colours in it. Well, there isn't more colours in it, but oh, there is actually. You can't see the pink at all on the inside. But I think the contrast between the two is nice. I definitely like that little section there. I think it's the best section in the bowl. The playing the colours there, where the blue and the red run into each other. So, as I said, it's just an idea to do with those extra leftover bits of resin. So if you enjoyed that one, if you wouldn't mind clicking like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one.